had just woken up from sleep when I suddenly heard an air raid siren outside. I had just stepped onto the balcony when I saw a military helicopter roar past and crash into a building not far away. The sight scared me half to death. At the same time, people downstairs were screaming nonstop. I forced myself to look down. Everyone was running for their lives. I spotted my girlfriend in the crowd. I was just about to call out to her when I saw her tackle an old man to the ground and start biting him like crazy. I had no idea what was going on. I rushed back inside. Right then, a man burst into my apartment. He was my neighbor from next door. He said his roommate had suddenly gone insane and begged me to let him stay. Before I could even process it, he went straight into the bathroom. I noticed what looked like a bite mark on his neck. I felt something was wrong, so I grabbed a knife to protect myself. Just then, the TV suddenly switched to a breaking news alert. A terrifying zombie virus had broken out. The infected would become violent and bloodthirsty, and anyone bitten would be infected too. Right then, my neighbor came out. He saw the news on TV. He quickly insisted he was fine, but the next second, his eyes began to fill with blood, and signs of mutation appeared. I pointed the knife at him and told him to leave now. Still somewhat conscious, he staggered out of my apartment. I had barely locked the door when a blood-curdling scream rang out outside. I looked through the peephole and saw my neighbor being torn apart by zombies. I collapsed to the floor in terror. Then I tried calling my parents to see if they were okay, but I couldn't reach them at all. I knew from now on I could only rely on myself. I dragged the fridge over to block the door to keep zombies from breaking in. I moved my bed into the living room so I could keep an eye on the door at all times. I covered all the windows with paper so the zombies outside wouldn't spot me. From then on, each passing day, I made a mark on the mirror to remind myself to stay alive. But that night, a strange noise suddenly came from the bathroom. I had a bad feeling, so I grabbed a baseball bat and went to check. Turned out a zombie had fallen through the air duct. Terrified, I quickly hid, but by then, the zombie had already wandered into the living room. I held my breath in fear,